Have you talked to Eduardo Luna about this? Because he feels that the great secret of ayahuasca that remains to be discovered is what it's like if you keep these specialized diets and load your system with serotonin via plantains. There's
they live practically on plantains.
Yes, and there is a specialized diet, and often shamanic power is judged by how long a man claims to have kept this diet. Now, this is an area none of us have explored. Rare enough here is the person who...
Well, Eduardo went into it in a small way.
He did it for about 10 days or so. So here's a frontier for self-experiment. What is it like to keep
accessible.
These high start? Well, the diet is plantains, which are these cookable bananas, and a very little bit of fish and yucca, and that's basically it. No greens, no sugar, no alcohol, an extremely minimal diet. I mean, almost as spare as a Tibetan
no fruit.
diet. No fruit.
No anything, except those things.
And a lot of ayahuasca in isolation. I mean, daily dosing.
Yes.
And living in a little hut, being served by a child who's the only
if they are
person
served, some of them don't even have that contact.
Uh-huh.
But they do consider the plant the mother.
They speak, no, it's not just that. They speak of the spirit of the plant, which, because there's a very strong animist belief, which you can find pretty easy to share when you get in there. And they call it the mother of the plant. I don't know why, but la madre de la planta dice. The mother of the plant will tell you.
It so much interests me is that in Western culture, the idea that a young man in the mythology has to go out and leave his mother in order to, and leave all the feminine in order to become strong and be a man.
Well, they do that in the initiation periods in a number of tribes in South America, I think. But it's a brief period.
Well, this experience of dissolution is experience of dissolution into the maternal matrix. Mm-hmm. I'm sure it's felt like that. It's a dying and a being reborn, and surely these early people and people on that level of culture today must have experienced it that way, as a death and a rebirth can.
How is the yucca and the plantains prepared?
Boiled. Isn't that a disappointing
Occasionally roasted, sometimes roasted too.
Sometimes roasted, never fried. They're really...
they never fry anything anyway because they haven't any fat. One reason that India, one of the reasons I think is, have you ever seen a really fat Indian? I haven't. First, they probably haven't got the genes for it. But also, their food is practically fat-free, because jungle animals are running. It's lean meat. The fish they're very few fat fishes. And they have no source for fats. They don't use the palm fats, except when they eat certain palm fruits. And so, they don't fry anything.
Yes, people have the wrong idea about the jungle in the sense that people think, well, it's so much vegetation, there must be a lot of food. But you see...
You can starve.
You can starve.
People have.
The evolution has been so tight for so long that no excess protein is being produced. And if it is produced, a bird, a monkey, an ant is gobbling it up long before you get near it.
And then you gobble up the bird, monkey, or ant.
That's right.
Especially those ants with the big behinds.
Yes. Were you ever among Muinani? They stick straws down into the anthills, and all the ants latch on, and these Muinani children would pull these things out of the anthills and put the ants in bowls of water and smash it up with a...
No, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, it was delicious.
I can drink Misato in quantity. Love it. Don't you?
I learned to like it. Misato is this foaming yucca beer that after you've walked miles through the jungle and you arrive at some place,
The first thing they'll feel.
they meet you with a foaming gourd of this stuff, and it's chewed by the elderly women in the village.
It's
and,
cooked yucca chewed.
and they spit it. The mouth enzymes, the sugars work on it, and then it's fermented. And if you really want to gain their confidence, you knock back a huge gourd of this stuff and then call for more.
Yes.
And you have them.
Actually, if you can eat yogurt, it tastes quite good. And you just have to hold to the thought. I used to repeat as some people repeat their beads in Catholics. The fermentation process destroys all pathogenic bacteria. The fermentation process destroys all
See,
Say it over and over and over.
I didn't know that, so my mantra was, it is good to challenge the immune system. It is good to challenge the immune system.